Nowadays, the world is changing at such a rapid speed, and I think a lot of humanity is actually trying to find meaning or maybe even a connection to God. Now, how does your quantum physics activism, how can that help us to establish a connection with ourselves at a higher level and connect that higher self to God?
This is the most tragic thing that is happening today, that nobody believes in truth anymore. Uh, so what has happened in science is a particularly good example of it. In 1925-26, when quantum physics was discovered, there was a lot of curiosity because quantum objects don't behave the way objects are supposed to behave. They were not determined objects. They were possibilities. How the possibilities become actuality, this became such a commanding problem to solve because material interactions cannot do it. That was mathematics of quantum physics itself demands that matter and material interaction, if that were the case with the universe, there would be no universe, no manifest universe. It would all be potentiality all the time. And in that situation, Einstein, Podolsky, and Rosen, no less than Einstein, a huge stature, right, proved that in this domain of potentiality, where this possibility waves reside outside of space and time, there is instant communication, which means that potentially all things in that domain can be one, just simply by interacting together. So that concept of oneness was already there in 1935. And then went through, okay, how to verify this? That is the big question, of course. Before verification, one should not trust even quantum physics, which has been indirectly verified by many, many experiments. So we had to wait till 1982 when this idea itself, that yes, objects can communicate at a distance, but instantly, without signals, proving that there is another domain, there is oneness in that domain. The experiment was done successfully, 1982, repeated so much that even graduate laboratories students could do it. Even so, today, this is 1982, this is almost 2022. Just imagine, 40 years later, still people don't get the message that there is another domain, this domain is oneness, and this oneness has to be consciousness because out of which comes our subject and object. Out of which comes our consciousness got to be this domain, there is no other answer. And now even neuroscience has proven that the brain not only has a local way of organizing things, we can call that, okay, that could be a brain phenomenon, but imagine this, the brain also has a non-local way that it operates. We have verified that by looking at the brain of people who, like yourself, meditated for years and years and years. Not just, I was lucky, 7 days, classic. These people meditate like every day for 5 hours for 20, 30 years. And the brain actually changes to a permanent state of expansion, quantum state, where the brain waves themselves show that the brain is synchronous all over the brain. This is unbelievable. Still, people would
A
hesitate.
questioning. I think because people are still grappling with experiencing who they really are, that they really are souls. And with the whole energy of the soul inhabiting itself in the brain, imagine how it's sending so many signals, right? And if we can just heighten our capacity of consciousness, the world will be so much of a better place.